Okay, so on 5.2, the assignment started on problem number 1 and ended on problem number 80. I just want you to find a couple problems and see that they did them. So 1, 3, and 4 should be done. 23, 25, 27 should be done. 35, 36, 39 should be done. I'm skipping around a little bit. 59, 63, 65 should be done. And 79 and 80 should be done. If they got done with 5.2, at the top of their quiz, give them a 5. Just write done with 5.2, 5, and then circle it. Okay? You with me? On their quiz. Okay. And I'm recording this so you can just watch. I do want you to correct the paper that you're doing, but you can have access to this later. So what's P on this problem? 6. Q? Q is 2. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and 6, and 1 and 2. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, and 6. That's every one of those over 1. And then I'm going to put each one of them over 2. So that's going to be a 1/2. 2 over 2 is 1. That's in my list. 3 over 2 is 3/2, and then 6 over 2 is a 3. That's already in my list. So here's my list of possible rational zeros. It's got a plus or minus in front of each one of those. Okay? Okay, if they did that right, give them 2 points. If they did that right, give them 2 points. Okay, then it says determine which of those are possible rational zeros. Well, let's check and see. I'm going to check and see if 1 works just by looking at it. If I plug in a 1, that's a 2. That's an 11. That's 13. Minus 7 and minus 6. Well, 13 minus 13 would be 0, so 1's going to work. So I'm going to put 1 in the box, and then I'm going to write down a 2, an 11, a negative 7, and a negative 6. Again, I'd put in a place saver of a 0 if something wasn't there. So I bring down, I multiply. That's a 2. That's 13. That's 13, that's a 6, multiply, that's a 6, so that's a 0, okay? So that means this does go in evenly. That means that's a 0. That means the factor that it corresponds to is x minus 1. What is this stuff right here? That's the depressed polynomial, so that's 2x squared plus 13x plus 6. Now, if you want to do the p and q stuff again, and you want to do, well, let's see, P would be 6, Q would be 2. It's the same list up there again. But once you get to this point, what do we like about this? It's factorable. Okay, 2 things. It's factorable. It's something that we recognize because it's a 3-term polynomial. It's a trinomial, okay, and it's a quadratic. Even if it didn't factor, what could you use to find the other answers? You could use the quadratic formula. So I'm going to do this one using factoring. So I'm going to look at this and I'm going to say, look, these 2 multiply together to be 12. Are there numbers that multiply to be 12 that combine to be 13? 12 and 1. So I'm going to write 2x squared plus 12x plus x plus 6. And then I'm going to take out a 2x. I'm left with an x plus a 6. Okay, careful here. Please say this right. What do I take out of these? Say it again. A positive 1. Okay, we need to write the sign, so write down the positive 1. We're left with x plus 6, so I take out an x plus 6. I'm left with 2x plus 1, and I've got this other factor of x minus 1 right here. Well, lo and behold, I have this all factored. X minus 1, x plus 6, and 2x plus 1. Those are all the factors. What's the 0 that corresponds to this one? 1. It's the 0 that corresponds to this one. Negative 6, and this one? Negative 1/2. Those are the 3 answers we're looking for. Here are the 3 factors. And lo and behold, on this one, I made this so it worked out nice. Are those nice answers? They're all rational. And aren't they all in our list? We have a list of 12 possible rational zeros. All 3 of our answers came from that list. Now, if they did this right, okay, if they found a 0, factored it, all that sort of stuff, give them 4 points. And then give them 2 points here and 2 points here. So 2 points for the first part, 4 points for the middle part, and 2 points for each of the last parts. That's 10 points altogether. Write a score of 10 at the top, right where it says, let's see, quiz, spot check problem. Okay, so this is going to be 10 points altogether. Okay, I got 10 points, by the way, in case you were wondering. Okay. Have a great day. Make sure that 5-3 is done when you walk in here tomorrow. I need the quiz right here, otherwise you get a 0 on it, okay? Quiz goes right here. I do not want 5-2 quiz up at the front.